It's time to raise the roof for our latest off-season episode, and we have a very special guest on, who I'll introduce in just a second. But I am your host. Well, first off, welcome back to the pod, everyone. I'm your host, Alex Murphy. With me today, my co-host Evan Lynch. Evan, how you doing, man?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Can't complain, can't complain. Without further ado, I do want to make sure we introduce our special guest, member of the Raise the Roof family. Our boy Elijah is back on the pod. I'm sure it's
Oh,
been a busy off season for you, E, but how you doing, man? Welcome back.
I'm good, man. It's cold. Florida winter's here, but I'm excited. Excited for Fan Fest and spring training and get the ball rolling. We're back in the trop. So
I know I'm so now. I know that I forget what side of the bay you're on because I know that you've told me that I don't know if you're still in St. Pete, if you're in Tampa, whatever it is, but um, how much of the progress of the stadium of the getting all the thing like how much of that have you been able to kind of witness as it's happened?
I'm still in St. Pete. I'm about 10 minutes away from the trop.
Okay, so you're really close
I've
then.
I've seen it all pretty much. So
Mm.
then putting on all the roof panels like one by one. Then reopening the team store on the other side of First Avenue. Like there's been a lot going on. So it's been really cool. Like if I ever have to go to Tampa, of course I gotta hop on the highway and I pass the trop. So it's been cool to see how the dome's like seeing it the day after the hurricane hit to now is like night and day.
Yeah, I can imagine. So with the because we talked about it a little bit, but with the new team store or the temporary team store that's probably going to exist until opening day, and then they're going to close it down and then just keep the other one at the Trop open, or I don't know what they're going to do, but I would assume that's the plan. Have you been inside of it, and what is it like? Just because I haven't gotten it, I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to go down to Florida in a couple months, so
So if well, you went to the Steinbrenner one, it's almost like the same thing. Like
okay,
it's a placeholder,
yeah,
but it's still the same. It's still the same stuff.
okay.
Shout out Bay Republic. They have good stuff in there. Um, it's unique. Pretty much been the unique has pretty much been the word used for the Rays for the past year and a half, right? But I like it. It serves its purpose. It's a cool little venue. I like it,
Honestly, their entire existence is just unique, I feel like.
dude. Like from
It's a weird ass baseball team.
yeah, yeah.
But there are lovable, unique
There
teams.
are weird
So
ass baseball
yeah,
teams.
they're only we can say that.
Yeah, no one else is allowed to. Um, so on that, continuing on with the off season. So, um, for you, and this is more going to be going into like Fan Fest, and then also just returning back to the Trop. A, how excited and how happy are you to you know go back to games of the Trop, and then B, are you planning on going to Fan Fest, and how excited are you for what that's going to be?
So yes, I'm super excited for FanFest. I've made all of them except two. So
Okay.
like I got a picture of me on Vince Namoli's lap at the first one,
Oh
which is weird.
wow, yeah. I
Yeah,
was gonna say that's a
Hmm.
weird vibe now thinking about
yeah,
him.
right. So I got a picture with Namoli. I got a picture with Sternberg when I was working with the team, and I'm gonna try to either get Babby or Salupski. So we'll see when we walking around recording some stuff, recording some content. So it'll be fun. And the normally how they have it on 16th Street is the normal gate that I walk into. So that's been, my whole life. I've pretty much walked in either gate 4 or gate 5 going a game. So it'll be interesting. I've never had it. They did it at the pier last year. That was cool. We'll see how the block party goes, but of course the building isn't open yet. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and then just about, actually getting inside the trop. I mean, like, have you, I don't want to say like, have you prepared yourself for it, but I feel like people that are outside of the Rays fan base don't necessarily realize like how integral this stadium is for maybe as much as people dog on it and shit on it. Like, it's
Mhm.
been the only stadium that the Rays have played in their entire existence. So there is a sentimental thing that people hold on to.
Oh yeah, like I know for a fact I'm opening day. I'm probably gonna cry, and then I'm probably gonna cry during Longo weekend. I'm already preparing myself. Like those two, yeah. I graduated high school at the Trop. I mean, all the baseball camps. It was my first part and full time job. So yeah, Trop is near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, I mean, last season stunk for a lot of reasons, but I will say like that not being in the Trop is one of the top reasons I'd say. But it's yeah, it's gonna be the best. I didn't realize they had high school graduations. That's pretty
Oh
sick.
no, they have a lot of high school graduations there.
Yeah. Oh, it's wall to wall. So like every high school in Pinellas County, other than Clearwater, because they do it at the Philly Spring Training Complex. Um, and then all the private schools, they all graduated at Trop because they were having issues with rain and stuff like that. So they're just like, hey, we have a roof, we can schedule all of them in one spot. So they go from 7 in the morning all the way to like set. They go wall to wall pretty much.
Oh,
Hmm.
so it's like one straight day of doing it.
It's like three of them.
Jeez,
That
Yeah.
parking lot has got to be just a mess. That
that
Yeah,
parking
because
lot's
they
always a mess.
they separate them, so it's actually kind of neat. So like the big, well, you've Alex, you've seen me at the Trop.
Yeah,
You got lot one and lot two. So
yeah,
they
yeah,
tell the first graduating class, okay, park in lot one
yeah.
so that they can leave, and then they have the next class that are that they're
Hmm.
gonna the next graduation park in lot two, and then they just cycle it out. So
That's
they got
crazy.
to they got a process.
That's wild. I
Yeah,
like I knew that they because I think Amita's also graduated from the Trop as well. When she graduated high school, she graduated from the Trop. But like I didn't
she
realize it
might have
was
graduated college at the Trop. USF St. Pete used to do it too.
that's honestly that's a good point. She
Might
might
have.
yeah, I don't know when she did all that stuff because I know that she was in the master's program or whatever they had the like the
Mhm.
sport management thing. So I don't know if whatever the difference is, but that I mean that's wild. So yeah, co high school and college stuff, and then everything else that's going on with it. I mean, that's it. Like that place is for again, for as much as people dog on it, like that place is an integral part to that entire area.
Yeah.
It's weird that it didn't exist. And I mean, especially for the businesses, like I know I think Ferg's is they said that they lost like like 40% drop in sales and customers or something like that last year,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, man.
crazy.
Hmm. That's sad.
I know. I mean, that place is great, but it's wild that it's like that much. Like that's how much that place can do. I mean, it's that's the business model of it. That's the impact
Mhm.
of it in the area. It's a profound impact, regardless of how much the actual attendance is. There is a profound impact year in and year out. Um, Going more into the team aspect of things because this is going to look like a significantly different team that was in there in 24 and even a more I mean even just as significant in 25 like it's wild. What have your thoughts been like on what's happened this offseason? Is any of it shocking to you? Is any of it surprising? Is any of it like you expected it? How do you feel?
I was a little bit surprised on the Josh Lowe move. But if you acquire that many outfielders, somebody had to go. So
Yeah.
I understood the move. Um, I feel like the biggest question mark is McClanahan, but because did you read the stat that he hasn't pitched since shortstop number 5 got put up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and
Short
I'm
shortstop
excited for
number
the
five.
arm.
That was just a funny way to sure. That's a new one. We haven't done that one yet.
um, it's just one. It reminds me a lot of you remember when they blew it up like right before 2018. Like they traded Souza, they traded Dickerson, they traded a whole lot of guys,
Yeah, yeah,
and then they
Mhm.
went on a run. So it could be like that, but then again, baseball's baseball. You still got to play the game. So I
Yeah,
don't think
no,
I don't think they'll be I don't think they'll be bad, but I think they'll be above 500. Put it that way.
yeah. Okay. But
that actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're 1 or 2 years, or probably 2 or 3 years away from a lot of these prospects making their debuts. Like it makes sense. I mean, that timeline, 2017, 2018, we were 2 or 3 years away from winning the pennant. So it makes that does make sense. But yeah, I don't know. We'll probably be fighting for last place just because the AL East is also that doesn't really
Yeah,
that's not really a slight at the Rays. It's just also the AL East is disgustingly good. So
right.
um,
Like
we've gotten
Baltimore spent
significantly
money.
better.
yeah.
Yeah. And Baltimore might add in more guys because like Fromer Valdez is
Yeah,
still on.
Baltimore. I think I think they're gonna win the division. They're gonna be so good. I think their lineup is
They also might
unbelievable.
get Zach Gallen because Zach Gallen's a free agent. Like two
Yeah.
of the best arms, and I know that they like Fromer had a good year last year, and Gallen didn't have a good year, but Gallen's a top three Cy Young candidate when he's at his best. Like both of those guys are still free agents, and Baltimore could just say, "Screw it, we're gonna get both of you guys," and then their rotation goes from to like really good because they're gonna add in Bradish back, and then they already have
Kramer. They already have Kramer.
Yeah.
who
And Boz is their fifth, probably. Like that's or
yeah. I mean, that would be pretty insane to have that. Even after losing Corbin Burns, I mean, you could create as good of a rotation without him as you
and
had with him.
and Grayson too.
Oh yeah, yeah, they lost him in the Taylor Ward thing. I mean, yeah, the AL East is tough. The Razor,
Yeah.
I think they're going to be like kind of about where they were this year,
Mhm.
or at least in 25. But I don't actually know. I'm just like, it's so hard for me to. I mean, thinking about it, that 2018 season, they way overperformed. I
Hmm.
mean, they won
Oh
90
yeah.
games that year.
Yeah.
I remember going into that season thinking it was going to be like one of the worst teams I've ever seen, and they
Yeah.
somehow were a couple. Well, that was back when like the wild card teams won like 99 games for some reason. Like I think we won 90
Yeah.
games, and I think we were 7 games out of the wild card or something
Mhm.
insane. I think. Well, and the Red Sox were gross that year. I think they won
Yeah,
like
the Red
130
Sox won
games.
108, and then they had like one of the
They
best teams in MLB history.
they won 108. Holy cow!
Yeah,
Yeah.
they won a
That team
lot,
was a wagon.
And
and
the
then they
A it was the
steamrolled in the playoffs. Like the Dodgers played them in the World Series, and they had just gotten Machado because that was like the whole big thing
yeah.
was is that the like were the O's going to keep him or not, and then they traded him, and then Machado didn't do anything in the World Series, and the only reason why they won one game is because the one game went to 18 innings and Max Muncy had a walk off. Like they lost, and I mean Boston beat him in five and beat him convincingly.
Yeah, we won winning 90 games and being 7 games out of a wild card spot is and this is obviously back with the old I mean, we would have made the playoffs if it was the current format, but
Yeah.
it's hard to believe. Like that's hard to believe that we were that far out of a wild card spot with a season that good.
Yeah. All right, E, are you? I don't know how much of a Bilal guy you are compared to me or compared to the rest of the pod, but
Is anybody on the planet as big of a Bilal guy as you are?
no, I think I'm in a territory of my own. But like, how weird is it going to be when you hear Gavin Lux second baseman on opening day?
Oh, it's gonna be really weird because I mean, this is me. I've barked on the internet for the guy. So it's weird, man. It's weird when the mainstays leave. Like we all thought they were going to be gone at the trade deadline, and then they pivoted. So I thought, okay, maybe he's here for one more year. Maybe he signs an extension, but no, it's going to be weird. It's going to be really weird.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I am, and this is one thing I'm curious that I don't think I've asked anyone yet, but and like even like I don't even know if we talked about it. Do you think, and we can open this up as like more of a group talk, but do we think that Yandy's going to be the last guy that's like the long-term guy on the Rays who's eventually going to get moved? Like, do we think that he's going to be the last one in this current state of like the Rays not being able to keep guys for long enough because A, they either want to trade them away to get value or B, they want to get rid of them before their contract gets big? Like, with this new
Um,
ownership group, do we think that like who's going to be the last guy that's going to be part of that? Of cycle that's been going on for the last 20 years.
As far as who stays or who moves,
Well, as in like which guy, yeah, I guess it would be which guy would be the last big name that's a tenured player that would be moved before we start getting into what hopefully is a new era of actually keeping guys for longer periods of time. Like, is Yandy going to be that guy?
what it
hon-
looks like, yeah.
but I don't think we would trade Yandy though. I don't know how much we would get out of him. Like honestly, like, nothing against him, but he's just a little bit. I mean, he's on the older side. He's only got 1 year of control left. Like I don't know. I don't know how much we would get out of him per se, but I understand what you're saying though. I understand it's like, hey, like hopefully this whole thing changes with Junior. Like hopefully Junior we extend him, Aranda as well. I mean, who knows with Carson? Maybe he's still too young and unproven. But I don't even think we would trade Yandy though. Is that what you're kind of asking there?
Yeah, like who's gonna be the last guy who has played the majority of his career with the Rays who's going to get moved before hopefully a new era of like we're gonna keep guys for longer and extend guys.
I think it was probably Bilal. I think he was probably the last guy.
Okay. Do you have any like would it be Yandy? Would it be, is Brandon the guy? Like who do you think in that regard?
I think, how old is Yandy? Is Yandy like
He's
33,
he's
34?
34.
I don't know. I think Yandy stays. I think Yandy stays because I don't think Junior moves off of third base for a while. I don't know who we draft with the second pick either.
Yeah, I
That'll be
know.
a thing. Um, I think Yandy stays just because you need somebody that's a fan favorite. I feel like you want somebody who the fan base can identify with. Hopefully, too. I mean, you got Junior. If you can keep Junior and Yandy, I feel like you're okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just like it's weird that I feel like we're definitely still in that mindset, I'm sure, as a front office of like we don't have the cash influx yet to keep these guys for longer if we want to. Like Bilal wasn't making that much money in the grand scheme of things, and he was only what 30, 31. So like he still had probably another 5 or 6 years that he could have given to where he would have been a serviceable player, he would have been solid. But like I don't know. I don't know when if the switch is going to be flipped, and B, when that's going to happen. Like
Right.
that's kind of my biggest thing is figuring out how all of that is going to work because I just don't know. I mean, I don't think any of us know, to be honest.
So I thought the Mets were going to try to trade for Yandy, and then they put Jorge Polanco at first. So I was like, okay, well, if you look around the league, like the league's good on first baseman. Like even Houston has a problem because they got Correa at third, but they got Paredes and they just paid Christian Walker. They both have them at first base. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
But
Yanni,
that's another reason why we probably wouldn't get. I mean, probably just put Yandy in the DH spot, and I feel like DH exclusive. I mean, I know he can't play first base, and he plays a damn good first base, but once again, at that age, it's like you kind of just stick him in the DH spot, and I don't know how much a guy like that would get in a trade. So,
mhm.
yeah,
I mean, maybe that's just wishful thinking. I hope we don't trade him. And he's
I just
also
I just think it's an interesting conversation to have because like I think that we're all hoping that with this new ownership group that things will change for the better and we won't have to think about like, oh, Bilal's contract is coming up. He's probably going to be gone. Are they going to re-up? Are they going to take Pete's option or are they going to trade him? Like those sort of things. Like, I mean, us even thinking about Yandy, like, is Yandy going to go or whatever it is. I'm hoping that like we're on the back end now of those kind of conversations and we can start focusing on like how are we going to be able to keep these guys? How is Junior going to be able to stay in this team for 15 years and play with this team and finish out his career as a Ray or play the majority of his career as a Ray? Like I want to get to those conversations. I just don't know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
So that's kind of the toughest thing. Uh, the new ownership group, though. I don't know if you've talked with any of them, how all that's
Mhm.
gone, but what are your current impressions of what this new ownership group has been able to do in the first couple months of them owning the team?
So I went to I went to Kim Babby's meet and greet at Fergs. Ironically,
Okay.
I went with Taylor. Shout out Tampa Bay Tay. Um he bought us all beers. He's good in my book. But no, all jokes aside, I think this group has the political connections to get a new stadium done. And I think once the stadium's done, I think we'll see what this new ownerships group really made of because you need a place to play. With the Trop lease going up in 2029, I think.
28, I think, because they moved
Oh,
it
it's
back a year
28.
from 27.
Okay. So yeah, once we see once they got if they put a timeline for themselves on for 6 months to get that done, then once you got a place to play, you can spend more money. So we'll see. We'll see. They've been doing this since I was in sixth grade, and I'm about to be
Mhm.
30 in August. So you never
Is
know.
it is it tiring? to just deal with this? Like we're at this new cycle again, or is there hope and optimism that you haven't felt?
So from my standpoint, yes, just because I've worked with the team. I've been like the Montreal ownership has walked past my desk at the Trop. So like I've seen all of this be like be a very very real possibility. So yes. Especially having to answer the calls from people calling in. It's like, hey, are the Rays moving? This, that, and the third. Are they going to Orlando? Like it's yes, it's nerve wracking to say the least because they've been looking for a ballpark for 20 years. So until you have it, and we had the Here to Stay campaign that faded away in 4 months. So you know
And the
you never know
financing that came
until a
with it.
shovel is in the ground. I'm pessimistic.
Yeah, I mean, Evan, you said that I think one of the last episodes you were like, until the first pitch is thrown at the new stadium, I won't believe that there's a new stadium happening.
And I'll say that again until that moment actually happens. Like I mean, and that like. I mean, that is kind of hyperbole, but like at the same time, it's kind of not. Like I don't know. Like I think we all kind of agree, and tell me if you don't, but like we've been down the same rabbit hole countless of times, and it's like, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It was a year and a half or 2 years ago when we were like, oh, this is a for sure thing. Like, oh, we're here to stay. They had the whole here to stay branding, and we were like, oh, they finally got it done, and it unraveled. And it's like you learn from those past failures, and it's like, all right, I'm going to be hesitant now. You got to be you got to be a little more I don't even know. You just learn from those mistakes, and you can't get your hopes up too much. So I stand by what I said, and I think a lot of listeners would too.
Yeah, I agree. On Babby specifically, because I know he's already done that. He's already done the College Hunks podcast. Of course, he had the meet and greet that you guys had at Ferg's. I think he did stuff during the winter meeting, so he was active there and talked with people. Is like he seems like a breath of fresh air compared to what we had before with Stu and that. And I don't want to put names, I don't want to put anything on, Brian Alder, Matt Silverman, but yeah, obviously they're all part of that whole thing. But it feels like Ken is a breath of fresh air, and he's, at least from what I've seen, he's pretty blunt and honest. And like I feel like we've been waiting for someone to just be like, this is what the situation is.
Yeah.
Um, like E, how do you feel about that part of it, about what Babby's at least provided over the first couple months of his tenure?
So with Stu, Matt, and Brian, I feel like I don't know. I feel like they kind of sat on their hands with things, whereas the new ownership group is like aggressive.
Yeah,
Like from what are we? This is end of January now, and they just
yeah.
took the reins in October. So I mean, they've given themselves a timeline of 6 months to talk with, Tampa and Tampa Sports Commission and Tampa Sports Authority. Like they've given themselves this timeline. So I, if they're that confident, I feel good about it. But once again, like I gotta see a shovel in the ground at this point.
Which is
Nah.
good. I mean, that's a good contrast, I guess, from Stu. Like, I mean, I'm I'm pretty lenient with Stu. I thought, like, in comparison to a lot of other Rays fans, I thought Stu wasn't as bad as people gave him credit for.
Mhm.
But he was awful in the PR realm. I mean, he was so bad, and he's totally different than the new ownership group. Like, he would just, and I don't know if it was a business tactic. I don't know if it was leverage related, but like, he would never directly answer a question. He'd be very kind of skittish. So it's a good change of pace, I guess, from that and indirectness versus the directness that we get now.
Yeah, it's really direct.
Yeah.
Maybe these other people are being direct and we didn't realize it, but like Ken is like this is what's going on, and I'm like, I didn't realize that was a thing. I didn't realize owners could do that. Like, good on them, man.
I mean, either way you put it, I'm excited for this era of Rays baseball.
Yeah, I think there's reason to be optimistic. And we already talked more about this season. You mentioned that you think that this team is going to be a little bit above 500. I would assume that means like maybe fighting for a playoff spot, but probably on the outside looking in.
I would say so, just because we know Steinbrenner was a bandbox, especially with the elements. And then you go back to the trop where you got it's climate controlled and it's the dimensions that you've been dealing with for your entirety. So um I think the pitching will be better. Now I don't know if they we know they're not going to score 5, 6 runs a night, but I mean the Rays are built on playing 1 run games. And if you play that way, you can flip a coin, anything can happen. So
Mm.
I don't think they're not going to be cellar dwellers like the Green Devil Rays era. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but
Mm.
they're talented enough where I think they'll figure it out. They'll be in the hunt,
Mhm.
especially with the playoff climate now. You know, there's 2 wild card spots. So
Yeah. Are you confident in the bullpen? I know that that was of some concern to people. I think there's probably more concern maybe in the rotation, especially if Shane doesn't pitch. But like I feel like at least on my end, the bullpen seems pretty solid, especially like the back 4 or 5 guys. They seem like they, have some precedence to them, which is good.
I like the back end. I like Griffin Jacks a lot just because he can go high leverage. He can give you length. Useda scared me a lot last year.
But then he
Just because
turned it around the second half.
yes, very, very. I like him. And you got him. You got Biggie. Like I like the back end. Just I mean, it's like any Rays team. Just give me 6 innings and we'll see what happens. Give me 6 innings out of my starter and we'll see what happens.
What's going on with Biggie? Has anybody had
He
heard an
pitched
update?
in he pitched in the winter league. I
I
forget what winter league he pitched in, but he's pitching in game.
he'll I assume he'll be good to go
Yeah, he
come
should
spring
be.
training.
He
Okay.
He should
wanna know,
be.
yeah.
I mean, that happened what?
That was
That
back when
was
we were good.
and
That was back in
that
like
was when
May
we
or
were there.
something,
That was
I
and
June.
witnessed
or
yeah,
June.
Yeah.
I witnessed the fall of the Rays in real time. Like there. I watched it in
In
person.
Baltimore. Baltimore was I'm telling you, that game in Baltimore was like the first
That game
game that
sucked,
that
dude.
was like the first like
The euphoria that I felt when Belau hit that homer to go up 6-0 and the absolute just like basement gutter dwelling feeling that I felt when Kobe Mayo pimped a home run off of Jose Caballero were like the two biggest extremes that I've ever felt in a baseball
in the
game.
span of like 3 hours. I mean,
Yeah,
what was the final score of that? 20 to
it
9
was
or something?
22-8, and
Jesus.
it was in the rain the entire time, and it
Was it
sucked.
was that the Aranda absolute nuke
No,
game?
that was the next game. Was
Oh,
the one
Yeah.
where he hit it out onto Utah, and then I
which we
was
did
able
win
to.
that game. I
Yeah,
remember we won that game, but
they lost 2 out of 3 in that series. I saw that. I saw him hit the homer, and then I found the spot later in the year when they played in Baltimore, and I saw them lose twice. And Dylan Beavers hit a walk off Kevin Kelly because Kevin Kelly was so unwatchable.
oh, that game was
Yeah.
hilarious.
No, it wasn't. It was horrible.
No,
I hated it.
I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
lie.
no, don't say it's hilarious. You can't say
No,
that.
maybe that's just my way of dealing with it. But at one point, it just was like it got comical. It was like, oh, shocker! Like this is like I started laughing. It just
I
sorry that
feel
you were
like
there. I'm
he
sorry. I'm
became
sorry.
like a Rays Twitter meme at one point. Oh, here comes Kevin Kelly. Here we go.
I
Here we
witnessed it
go.
in real time multiple times. It was not a meme. It was a real time.
Really?
You were
Yeah.
watching hell freeze over. Yeah, I'm hoping he comes back to form because my God, they need him in like the middle innings if they need someone.
I'm scared of it.
You and me
As soon as he
both.
gets a runner on, it's like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, you and me both. I did not enjoy that one
And
bit, but
is another injury update, I guess. We're thinking Manuel is probably out for the entire season, or
he's going to be out
ha
for the majority of the year, if not the entire
okay.
year. He
I
might come
figured he
back. Like
was
he'll probably be able to come back at some point, but I would assume like pencil him out for the majority of the season at least, like at the minimum.
because yeah, I would agree with you there.
Having him
Like
back would be so good though.
the back end of this bullpen, the top three guys are legit. If Brian Baker can be the guy that we traded for and gave up a first round pick for, like him and Biggie are probably the two
We
biggest
got the
X
first round
factors in
pick
this.
back.
And very true, very true. But if those two, because you're right, like if we could go six innings from the starter, go you said a Clevenger Jacks, that's a pretty solid day. Obviously, that's ideal, and that's not going to happen that often. But yeah, we need Biggie and Baker to step up because I mean Steven Wilson, Cole Sulzer, Inglet, and Waldachuk, like I not entirely sold on those guys.
We're gonna
So
get some Steven Matt's legacy outings this year. You watch. This man's gonna put up some numbers. All right. Well, I
I
don't think
mean,
we.
I assume Seymour's going to be a starter. So I mean, if he's in the
He'll be
bullpen,
competing for a starter for sure.
if he's in the bullpen, I'd feel a little bit more comfortable about it just because I do like him a lot. But I assume he'll be starting. So
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that's pretty much all we got.
I
So
I did have a
uh,
quick question. Are you any chance you're going to the game on Sunday? E?
No, dude,
Uh,
those tickets are astronomical. I might tailgate it. I think I got a buddy tailgating it. But you going?
no, 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 no. But
Oh,
I've
okay.
been to one in the past, and I said it on a previous show. But I was like, I know tickets are. I mean, they are insanely expensive for games like this, which is it's I guess understanding, but it's worth
Mhm.
it. That's all I got. That's all I got to
Yeah.
say. It's worth it.
Last
It's sick.
last I checked, get in price was $250. So yeah,
It is a good match. At
it's a
least the
lot of
Bruins are
money.
good too. At least it's a good
yeah,
matchup.
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
lot of money.
But that is a lot of money.
Well, E, thank you so much for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. Obviously, I want to make sure that we have the opportunity for you to be able to plug what you got going on. So where can people find you at and
Yep.
whatever you have going on leading up to the season?
So you can find me on all socials at Flewellen. So it's FLEWELLEN 727. So I'm from St. Pete. So that's my handle on everything. So Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything. That's where you can find me.
Perfect. All right, well, thank you so much, man, for coming on. We really appreciate it.
No problem.